Does your child sometimes seem reluctant to use a word, even though you're pretty sure you heard them say it before? Do you find yourself trying to coax words out of them? Go on, you can say, what is it? You know, use your words. No, no. When your child isn't using a word that you think they already know, it can be easy to assume that maybe they're just being a bit lazy with their talking, when actually, most likely your child is working hard to get to grips with a word that is still pretty new to them. And so if you shift your perspective and think about how you can make it easier to give them new words, then your child is going to become positively proactive in using their new words and talking with you more. My name is Bryony Rust and I'm a speech and language therapist, and in this video I'm going to share with you how you can use choices to encourage your child to talk more and build their vocabulary. Children learn words by hearing them modelled to them lots of times, and so offering choices is simply an excuse for us to do that for our children. Whilst it's a simple idea, there are some common pitfalls that people fall into when using this technique, and so I'm going to share with you 3 things to be mindful of to ensure you get the most out of this strategy. Make sure you watch to the end, because I'm also going to share with you how this strategy is useful for your older children as well. My first reminder is to be specific. You choose. Which one do you want? Do you want this one or that one? This one? In all of these examples, I only used generic words and didn't actually name the 2 things. So instead, be specific and always name the choices. Would you like tomato or celery? Would you like Mog or George? Would you like the big panda or the little panda? When you're specific, your child can hear the word modelled to them, and that makes it easier for them to learn and start using a new word. When your child makes a choice, you can be specific again. Oh, you want the tomato? That's a nice juicy tomato. Oh, you want George? George. Oh, he's muddy. Muddy George. Oh, the little panda. That little panda's very cute. My second top tip is to show as you say. So timing is everything with this, and your child attaches meaning to the words that they hear at the same time as they see the object. So you can help make this connection really clear to your child by showing as you say. So it's the difference between saying, do you want pencil or paintbrush? And saying pencil or paintbrush. It's the difference between Play-Doh or train set and Play-Doh or train set. Timing is everything. My third top tip is to create choices everywhere. The more choices that you offer your child in this clear and consistent way, the more often they're going to be able to hear new and useful vocabulary. So look for excuses to create choices. If your child is reaching for that tambourine that you've put away because no one can handle the sound of a tambourine all day, you can grab that tambourine and grab something else, just so that you've got the opportunity to offer a choice. Even if it's a somewhat random choice, it's still a choice. Would you like the tambourine or the crocodile? Even when your child is older, you can use this choice technique to model useful, more ambitious vocabulary like description words. So shall we use a long straight piece next or a short curvy piece? Shall we draw sharp, jaggedy, pointy orange lines or long, swoopy, swirly blue lines? I can't remember. Was that chocolate orange a sphere or a cuboid? So there's a few ideas to help you use choices to build your child's vocabulary. Remember to be specific about what the choices are and to think about your timing as you show those options, and also to engineer choice wherever possible. If you liked this video, then feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, because I share new videos every week. And if you would like to join the conversation and ask me some questions, then you can join my Facebook parent group, SALT Support. I'll see you there.